Hello, all of you. How are you all? How is your preparation going on? Where you are stuck up? What are your doubts? Any doubts you have, click the picture and send it. For taxation and costing, you say, ma'am, any doubts? तो कुछ भी पूछोगे तो Dipti ma'am cannot answer all the subjects. Any doubts you have in taxation, costing, then just click the picture, send it in Telegram and WhatsApp. Will surely clear it, right? And one super duper news is just last few days back, we completed 2000 subscribers and it is now 116 more subscribers added. Thank you so much for the trust. Definitely, you will get to the point best concept here. Today, we are doing one shot revision video, and I got this comments from all of you that for overhead, you have never covered earlier the machine hour rate, the under over absorption. So, very important criteria of one shot revision is not to solve the question, which is already done in the practice batch. The important is to cover up all the concepts, to cover up the alert signs, the pitfalls, the concepts, the theory. So let us begin with our fifth one shot revision video here. We are doing it for two small topics for the upcoming chapter wise exam. Some of you have missed the overhead paper discussion we just completed live in Concept Classes app, and I have given all the solutions. If there are still any doubts for that over under absorption question, you can just message. Okay. Now these topics are said to be very small, job and batch costing, but very easy problems are asked. And sometimes we will feel, ma'am, job costing, what you are doing, exactly same problem is there in overhead chapter. Ma'am, job cost sheet is nothing but the problem is like a cost sheet, then the answer is yes. So the simple first concept is, what is the difference in cost sheet and job cost sheet? Cost sheet we are preparing to ascertain the cost in a systematic way. Prime cost, factory overhead, cost of production, admin, selling overhead, cost of sales, profit, and sales. Job cost sheet is prepared to make a cost sheet for a single job when none of the two jobs are same. For example, the best example is in case of interior decorators, in case of tailor. You go with a 2 meter cloths and you say, I want to make a kurta. Someone will go and say, make a full hand shirt. So every job is different. According to that, the material, the labor, the time required. You say, no, I want some embroidery. I want some mirror work. Add-ons. Same is the interior decorator or job work is majorly used in the people who make tailor-made work. Like, for example, there's a window in front of me. So I want you to make a shutter of this side. My neighbor wants to make a shutter of two-store shop. Ground first second का एक ही single shutter चाहिए. So now job cost sheet is where two jobs are different for every job. If we know predetermined rate for material, for labor, for overhead as a percentage of this and all, can we make the job cost sheet? Can we add our profit margin and can we quote the rate? Answer is yes. Are you all with me? Then what is batch costing? Ma'am, is it similar to EOQ? Answer is yes. And very easy 5 mark questions are asked in question number 1 only. Economic batch quantity. Batch quantity is used where identical products are produced. Like, eatables, chocolates, biscuit, bread, chips. These are like in lots. Same product, of course, in that different brand sizes, wo sab hai. But the product is produced in batches, pharmaceutical companies. Strips of kerosene, they are going on making. So when the things are produced in batches, then it is called as the batch costing. Ma'am, these are exactly contradicting. Are you on with me? Are they contradicting? Job costing is used to prepare a cost sheet when none of your two jobs are same. This job requires more material, that job requires more labor. According to that, different. Job cost sheet is also prepared practically when we give our vehicles for servicing. I am giving my four-wheeler for servicing, for wheel alignment, for changing the engine oil and changing the wiper. You are giving your four-wheeler to change the tires, to clean up internally, to change the upholstery inside the car, the seat covers and all. So every vehicle which comes on servicing, different job cost sheet is written. It's written on top, job cost sheet. तो कैसे प्रॉब्लम एग्जाम में आएंगे मैम? Just they will give you a predetermined rate, you have to apply and solve. Okay, right. Yeah, your study material problems, whether CMA or CA, both I have seen. They are very easy, and if you do that much is enough for job costing. Okay, right? Last 5 minutes, I have covered the introduction, and I definitely started, and again want to say thank you to all of you who are subscribing. Deepti ma'am is not recording this and uploading. It's on the spot live, which is going on. So already a list is there with me. Students have given their common doubts in the costing and taxation. So much of exam tricks and tips and the doubt clearing sessions and the one-shot revision all will be done here in live class. Okay. So thank you. I'm not not those who are covered in the 2000, but last few days just crossing 116 more subscribers also looked amazing. Thank you, Chalo. So now we are clear what is job costing, what is batch costing. Batch costing, identical products are produced in lot. Job costing, it's the job cost sheet. Okay. Now I'm starting with the economic batch quantity because it's exactly similar to economic order quantity. Same kind of questions are asked. Ma'am, you can skip, we'll do on our own. No, let us revise it so that EOQ also becomes more perfect. What was EOQ? How much quantity I should order. When I will order, reorder level. Yeah, but how much I should order is economic order, wherein the ordering and carrying cost is least also and it's equal also. Same way in the economic batch quantity, I want to produce 1 lakh chocolates throughout this month. So what should be my production size? Shall I do them all together in the 10 days or split it in 25 days or how? So whenever the expenditure is incurred for every batch, you have to set up the machinery and obviously hire the production. One big batch करके रख देते हैं, जब sale होगा तो होगा. You will incur more storage cost. You will incur more interest cost. That's nothing but the carrying cost. So the equilibrium between two is economic batch quantity. Enough of oral saying. I'm using my compiler. It's a wonderful made compiler. One, which is having the concepts and question answer compiler. Two, my own handmade booster notes and past exam papers from CA CMA. So if you want to order, you can order. आप देख लो पहले कैसे दिखते हैं compiler. उसके लिए लेकिन folder खुलना चाहिए ना, folder ही नहीं खुल रहा. 1 second, dear students. Yeah, both. I'll show you the booster notes also, but first we will do from the compiler one. Yeah, in our material also job batch costing all is covered in one list only. All right, here we go. Yeah. Batch. What do you mean by batch? Where similar products are produced. Yeah. So that's batch costing. Total cost divided by number of items. List the circumstances under which batch costing may be used. Like visiting cards and where things are same. So the product chocolate biscuits, I gave you enough example. You can read right now. What is economic batch quantity? For that, two kind of cost are there. This side you have cost, this side you have quantity. No, did I write reverse? This side will write quantity, this side will write cost. Okay, as and how you produce more quantity, your carrying cost will increase. Cost of holding batches bana ke rakh do. And the more quantity you produce, your setup cost will decrease, because the higher the quantity per batch, again and again you don't have to set the batch. So this point where the lines intersect, this is called as economic batch quantity. Setup cost is nothing but वहां पे क्या था, ordering cost. Carrying cost or holding cost is same. Okay, right. Now, the more quantity you produce at a time, your setup cost will also go high. But your more quantity you produce at a time, your carrying cost will go high. Setup cost will be less. Lesser the quantity you produce, lesser the carrying cost, higher the setup cost. Okay. What was the formula of EOQ? Under root 2AB by C. Here it is under root 2D. D is annual demand. Here it was A, annual demand. S is setup cost. Here B was ordering cost. Divide by C. Very important repetition for all of you. Though you know it कि दीप्ति मैम ये 4 बार बोलते हैं, 15 बार बोलेंगे. Carrying cost should always be per unit per annum. Per unit per month, if they give, you have to multiply it by 12. Okay. Now, if the rate of interest and the unit cost of the production is given, okay, then in case cost of production पे percentage दिया है interest, so you can multiply and get, right? And now simple questions are asked, whether they should go for this or that or how. I would like to take up similar question. 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. See, this one we will do. Very common kind of question. A customer has been ordering 90,000 at 18,000. The production cost comprises of 2120 for material, 60 for labor and 20. Now, if the cost is 1500 to set up, so what is S? S under root 2 ds by C. What is the setup cost? 1500. One run of 18,000 column. Okay. And inventory carrying cost is 5%. 5% of what? 5% of the total cost. Production cost 2120 for material, 60 for labor, 24. So 2,200. 2,200 is the cost of the product multiplied by 5%. This is carrying cost. 2. And annual demand is 90,000. Are you all with me? EBQ अगर आए तो choice में छोड़ना नहीं है बेटा. You all should do it. 2 into 90,000 into 1,500 and this. So, economic batch quantity is 1567. But they have been ordering 18,000 columns. So, they should go for this or this. Yeah. Ma'am, bina dekhe, obviously at EBQ the cost is equal and lower. So, they should go for this. Okay. Check this once. 90,000 units they want, and if they produce 1567, what will be the number of the batches? It is coming in decimals, you can round off. 58 setup and per setup. 90,000 divided by 18,000. This is the number of batches multiplied by setup cost. So this is your setup cost. And any time your EBQ 1567 will be in your godown, divided by 2, and carrying cost is 110. Here 18,000 divided by 2. So 9,000 units in your godown multiplied by 110. So instead of EOQ, if you go for 18,000 columns, what is the extra cost incurred? This. So will you go for it? No. Sometimes they'll give manager's suggestion and all. Please check it 2 minutes. There's no break, but I'm coming back. Thank you for waiting. Please put some message. Is EBQ clear or not? Very easy, very scoring. And when it comes in question number 1. EBQ is like EOQ, under root 2 DS by C. D is your annual demand. S is setup cost. There it was ordering cost. Divide by carrying cost per unit per annum. So at EBQ, the setup cost and the carrying cost are least and equal. Yeah. Some of you may be saying, but ma'am, यहाँ पे कहाँ equal है? देखिए आप. 1 second, dear students. Yeah. Here it is 87, here it is 86. Why there's a difference? Because we have rounded off the setup. So you can write a note. You want to round off the setup or not. Exactly same questions are there. Okay? Right. This question I have already done in the overhead chapter also and in the cost sheet also. But mark it very, very important. It's a very small question for 7 marks in our compiler. So many of you have already purchased the this practice batch. So either you can take PDF of the compiler and get printed or call for the printed book. I know printed book, the cost is increased because printing cost is increased. Packing person charge, courier charges. People are ordering from Delhi, from Kolkata, from Kerala, I don't know what all places. So definitely it's going by government speed post. Chalo. You want me to discuss this problem? I am literally telling you star market and then don't say, ma'am, this problem we have done in cost sheet in CMA for CA students in overhead chapter and here in the job cost sheet also. Yes. Yes, I am saying it's literally the same. And these concept of the 12th problem are so beautiful. You can use it in budgeting, fixed and flexible budget. You can use it in standard costing. एक बार फिर से revise कर लेते हैं. Exactly same problem we have solved in cost sheet. If you have any doubt, ask me now. Direct material consumed is given. Wages is given. Fixed and variable overhead is given. Next year, following changes are expected. Production will increase due to recruitment of 60 more workers. Oh, 60% of more workers. So labor cost bhi badega. But overall efficiency will decline by 10% because new workers will not produce at that speed. Okay. There will be an increase of 20% in this fixed cost, 60% in the variable cost. As the language says, so you do. Reading the question paper is an art and you all are expert in that art. Say this every day, automatically your alertness will increase. Cost of material will also increase by 6%. Okay, material cost. Company designs to earn a profit of 10% on the selling price. Let selling price be 100. 10% profit. Let the cost be 90. Had it been on cost 110, 110. Yes. Ascertain the cost and the selling price. Aajo. Now, because you are producing 60% more, your material cost will be 12 lakh into 160%. Ma'am, why? Because 60% production will increase, the more material is required. And price will also increase by 106%. देखो वही किया है. 12 lakhs plus 60%. Okay? Right. And sorry, it will decrease. So sorry. So it will decrease. Already it is 106. Now it is 100. Or if it will decrease by 6%, you can directly take it as 94%. जो भी cost आएगा आप उसका 94% ले लेना. 1 second, dear students. Screen is getting stuck. Yeah. Any doubt is there? Ask me, dear students. Yeah. So 12 lakhs ka 160% into 94% because the price is decreasing. So into 94%. Labor 60% because the production is increasing, and efficiency is decreasing. So 10% more increase in the cost. Efficiency कम होगी तो production कम हो जाएगा. So your cost will increase. So take it as 110%. Since the efficiency decreases, workers now take 10% extra time. So the labor cost will go up by 10% and 60% because the production is going on. ठीक है. Factory overhead 360 तो 20% increase हो रहा है and variable overhead is increasing. Now what you are getting is 90. 100 is how much? So just do it in calculator. 38, 68, 800 into 100 divided by 90. 42, 98, 667 and you get the profit. Easy. Not exactly same but similar kind of the problem we have done in cost sheet. We have also done it in the overhead chapter. Okay. Now job costing. Batch quantity and all is over. Job costing. For every job, whatever they say, you go on doing, applied for the job. Now this question for the job costing. Again, I am saying same question you have done in the overhead chapter also. Yeah, two jobs are there. Selling price are fixed. Profit as a percentage are fixed. So you know what is total cost. And you know the material and labor. Material and labor मालूम है. तो prime cost आ गया. Now, it is policy of company to charge factory overhead as a percentage of wages and selling overhead as a percentage of factory cost. So factory overhead is F percentage of direct labor. Ma'am, किसने बोला? Problem ने बोला. Factory overhead is F percentage of the direct labor. So you will get the factory cost 67,500 plus 30,000 F. Now, admin, selling and distribution overhead is percentage of factory cost. So a percentage of the factory cost is this. So you got the total cost as this 1 plus a. I hope you are getting common factor I have taken out. Like this you make equation. Okay. Now you have to solve the equation. So again you have to open. Okay. After opening that you have to decide on the common factor. Okay. How you can cancel or simplify. So like this is F, this is A, this is FA. This 67,500 you can minus that. So you got equation 3 and 4. Now there is some common factor like 5, 5 6 are 30, 5 7 are 35, 5 8 are. Right. So according to common factor, multiply equation 3 by 7, equation 4 by 5. And when you multiply, things will get cancelled and you will get one value called as A, 0.25%. A is administrative overhead is 25% of the factory cost. And substituting that, you will get F, that is 40% of the labor. Now you know, ये आपको ratio मिल गया. You got the ratio. Yeah. Acha, this was the total cost. We also knew that total cost on the selling price. So the selling price we know. And 8% of this. So what will be 92? That also we can calculate. I hope you are getting. This question is there in your study material. Surely please solve it. Now, they said, company has received a new order in which material and wages they clearly know. it is 64,000 and 50,000. 64,000 and 50,000. So 1,14,000. They know. Now we know that factory overhead is 40% of the labor. So we took the factory overhead. We got 1,34,000. We know that selling overhead is 25%. 25% of this. So 167,500. Okay, is the total cost. And now in the question they clearly said a profit of 20% on sales is required. What is the total cost? 167,500. And if sales is 100, profit is 20% on sales and cost is 80. So can you complete this? This is there in the compiler also if you have purchased from me, and this is there in the study material. 41,875 plus 167,500. 209,375. Yes, this is 80. So 100 kitna? I took out profit. They have directly taken out the sales. Tell me, please put some comment in the live chat. So many of you are live right now. Half an hour is over. Batch costing is over. We are now in job costing. Job costing, if you can say, ma'am, आपने format तो कुछ समझाया नहीं. So there is no much format, dear students. The more different problems you practice, it will be clear to all of you. Thank you that it is all clear. Okay. Acha, ma'am, can they ask this question instead of job cost sheet? Can they give you in the overhead chapter? Yeah. In overhead, nothing is given. Factory overhead is taken as a percentage of direct labor. Admin and selling overhead is taken as a percentage of factory cost. So you can assume one as X, one as Y, and continue. Okay? Right. Now I know I'm going little haphazard, not haphazard, but ये तरीका है करने का. चलो. Let us take up now all the sums. Not all the sum, मतलब 1 to 1, वो तो फिर practice batch में आप करो साथ में. But just saying, what is the job where the work is executed as per customer's unique requirement, right? Every job is different. Printing press, furniture, hardware, interior decorators, vehicle repairing. I have given you all these examples. Manufacturing overhead is taken usually as a percentage of labor, admin as a percentage of works cost, selling overhead as a percentage of works cost is nothing but the factory cost. So many times also cost of production. Chalo. Advantages of job costing. I told you when you give vehicle, everyone we can give separate, right? Advantages of the job costing. You know separately for every job what is the cost of material labor. See, when you give your vehicle for job costing, they say tire ka itna hoga, oil ka itna, servicing charge, cleaning charge. They give a detailed bill so you can know, right? Disadvantages, job costing is laborious and costly. For every job, you have to give the quotation. Have you seen interior decorator, contractor giving quotation for every site? Huh? Recently, our housework is going on and the interior decorator is working simultaneously on 28 sites. So definitely he's going to post separate according to their requirement. So it is laborious, right? And it is clerical. In inflationary situation, this is not suitable because in job you might charge on predetermined rate, and if the things have become costlier, like in contract costing and all, why we have escalation clause? Previous records of cost will be meaningless if there's a change in the market. So you need to update your job costing standards. Okay, right. Today we are doing job and batch costing. So dear students, Can you just put distinguish between this? Many times theory question asked. Distinguish between job and batch, process and job, a contract and like that. Huh? So this is specific. This is specific type of the job costing only. But here every customer is different. Here it is repetitive. No two jobs are same. Here batch costing that is produced in lots. Yeah. Cost is determined on job basis, here batch wise. Cost is estimated before production. Cost is determined after completing the lot size. And then examples. You can give one and you can. Job and process are same. Huh? Process costing is also a type of job cost sheet only, but for industry where products move from process 1, oil to crushed, then crushing to the crude oil, then crude oil. So they move from one process to another. Contract costing is definitely an important chapter for CMA students. For CA students not there, I'll record separately one short revision video. Okay? Yeah. You can watch 2-3 lectures opened up already unlocked for the costing practice batch. You will not feel as if it's a online class because years of teaching experience I've put there. I'm exactly making you alert for common pitfalls jहाँ student गलती करते. In the description of the video, it is there. You can check. Yeah. This is a simple problem, labor hours and all. You use the labor rate as the basis. Very easy. This one just now what I have done. 60% of wages you take. Factory overhead 20%. These rates have been fixed up. पहले last year का बनाओ. So you will get okay, 450 is the factory overhead. Divide by 750. Same thing you can use here. Next year. Okay. Same what I have done now. Unit costing. When number of units produced can be divided by number of units produced. Sorry, total cost of production. It's like batch costing only. Okay, this is a nice problem can come again. Let us check up. Arhan Limited produced a uniform type of product. Study material also it is there. And has a manufacturing capacity of 3,000 units per week. From the following records are available for 3 consecutive weeks. Okay. How many units you have produced? Direct material, direct wages, factory overhead. Now, if you divide the material with number of units, करके देखो. It is varying direct in proportion. So per unit it is fixed. समझ में आ रहा है? 9,000 divided by 1,200. Same is there in budgeting also. 7.5 per unit. Now, if you do 7.5 into 1,600, you are getting this. So, material and labor per unit are fixed. Now, factory overhead 31,000. Here 33. Here 34. So, are you seeing factory overhead is neither per unit fixed, neither variable, nor it is fixed overhead. Ma'am, how did you come to know that it's not a fixed overhead? Because it is changing little, 31, 33, 34, right? So if the company charges a profit of 20%, find out the selling price of 2,000 units के लिए. ठीक है. For factory overhead, change in the cost. 31 to 33. And change in units. The change in the factory overhead is only because of the variable element. What's the nature of factory overhead? Semi-variable. So change in cost due to change in units. So variable part is 5 per unit. 1,200, 5, 6,000. 1,600 into 5, 8,000. But total is this. So in factory overhead, what is fixed overhead? 25,000. What is variable? 5 per unit. So can we do factory overhead? For 2,000 units, 5, 10,000 and fixed overhead. I hope you are getting. For 2,000 units, what is the factory overhead? Variable is 5 per unit and fixed is 25. So 35 for 2,000 units. So per unit also you got. You got the total cost. And profit is 20% on the selling price. If this is 100, this is 20, this is 80. So 28 is 80. 100 kitna? 28 into 100 divided by 80. You're getting 35 and you can complete the problem. Same concepts are there in the cost sheet also. Semi-variable overhead. Job cost sheet. Secret is practice the questions. Similar from study material will come in the final exam. Oh, the same problem I have in the cost sheet. This same problem I am teaching you now in the job cost sheet. This same problem is there in flexible budget. Jahan karna hai kar lo. You remember we have solved the same problem. Dekho. 1,50,000 is the installed capacity. Variable cost is 10 per unit. Labor 1 lakh per month fixed है 10 per unit के साथ minimum. Overhead fixed overhead. Semi variable overhead अलग अलग capacity पे. The capacity utilization for next year is 75% for the 3 months, 80% for the 6 months, 90% for the remaining 3 months. Okay. Calculate the selling price. Semi-variable overhead is 60,000 per annum at 75%. So 60,000 is per annum. So only 3 months it is working at 75% capacity. Semi-variable overhead. Now, which increases 4,000 for every 5%. So at 80% what it will be? 60 plus 4, 64,000. But 64,000 per annum. At 80% it is 6 by 12. Next. 90%. So 80 to 90. 4,000, 4,000 or add kar do. 64 plus 4, 68 plus 4, 72. But this 72,000 per annum is only 3 months. So you got the answer. Semi-variable overhead. Is this clear to all of you? Semi-variable overhead. Now, what is the production capacity per year? 1,50,000. Installed capacity. $1,50,000 into 75% into 3 by 12, 28,125. Okay. They have done it little differently. We can do like this also. 1,50,000 divided by 12. Minimum per month. How many units they have to manufacture? 12,500. 100% capacity. But here they are working 75% into 3. 12,580%. This is per month. If you want to take, instead of this, if you want to take 1,50,000, then into 6 by 12 karna padega. Answer will, so this will give you number of units. Now you know what is variable cost. 10 per unit. What is fixed cost? 10 per unit or 1 lakh. So here 3 months. So 3 lakh, whichever is higher. 6 months, 6 lakhs. Here 33,750 into 10. So for 3 months, 337,500 or 3 lakh, whichever is higher. So minimum 1 lakh you have to pay. So variable cost aa gaya, labor aa gaya. Variable cost is like material, labor, जो भी variable रहता है. हाँ, labor हो गया. Overhead is 4 per unit. Okay. Overhead is 4 per unit. So you got the total cost. Now fixed overhead, they have given total. So don't try to divide and put it here. Ma'am, why? Because ultimately we want selling price. We don't want individually the three selling prices. So this is a trick. Please save your time. We know the variable cost. We know the labor cost. Variable cost is material related. We know the variable overhead. We know the fixed overhead. सेमी वेरिएबल ओवरहेड यहाँ पे आपने ऊपर कैलकुलेट करके रखा है. Now you know the total cost. Is my speed more or you all are following? Same problem we have solved in overhead chapter. And profit equation is given to you. So you get sales divide by number of units. Number of units are ready here. You'll get the answer. Same, exactly same problem. 3 months and 9 months. These are the best problems asked in the job and batch costing. Years I've been teaching. So professional level of the problems we need to solve. You can't make it instead of 18, we have solved 36 problem, but of this level. No, it will not help. Very easy question, 13th one also you can check. So what is overall job costing? You have to check in job what details they have given remaining. You have to find as percentage uncompleted or simultaneous equation. Where I started the class was very important. EBQ, Control C, Control V, EOQ. Write this. Yeah, I'll just share the way I am giving the booster notes. That will really help you. If you can spare some time and just for once, it is not a time waste, dear students. कि मैं कहाँ बनाते बैठूं मैम मेरा तो टाइम खराब हो जाएगा तो नहीं होगा बेटा एक बार just 5 minutes before we close for today. Yeah, tomorrow there's no paper correction but then we are doing live revision for cost accounting system. Cost accounting system, mark it super duper important chapter for reconciliation, for preparation of ledgers, for journal entry, and for theory question. What are the essential requirement of integrated and non? It will go at least for 1 hour. अच्छे से तैयार हो क्या हो कल और ये लेक्चर और लोगों को शेयर करो. Ask more people to join the live class so that you all get this benefit. Yeah, right. So many of you are watching it then because you like the way I explain. Then what's the harm in doing it live? Because live are always, yeah, tomorrow also 7 p.m. 7 to 8 we are doing cost accounting system. Live one shot revision video. Aajao. Can you see my screen? These are all the overhead related booster notes. So if you keep repeating the booster notes na, आपको पूरा under over absorption ये मैं कल कराऊंगी. Please remind me if I forget and if you're attending live to just go through the booster notes. कल कराऊंगी मैं आपको ये पूरा. आ जाओ. See. Today's topic is, yeah, this is compiler 2 which is having all booster notes and then all past exam questions. Job costing is total cost divided by number of units. If nothing is given, factory overhead is taken as a percentage of labor, admin overhead as a percentage of works cost. Selling overhead may be taken as a percentage of works cost or based on number of units sold. Factory overhead and admin overhead always on number of units produced. Selling overhead on number of units sold. If the production increases, the material and labor will also increase. Just now we have seen. When production increased by 60%, तुरंत हमने material cost increase किया. If the efficiency of the labor decreases, production decreases, hence the material cost will decrease, but labor cost will be same. It will not decrease as even though efficiency decreases, the labor are required to be paid as per the normal hours. ठीक है? अगर efficiency decrease हो रही है तभी you will have to pay extra to the workers, so your labor cost will not decrease. This one is very beautiful knowledge. Just look at the screen. If cost increases, you know, cost, and then they are saying selling price you keep it same, so the profit will come down. Arey, cost increased, Cost was earlier 80, selling price 100, profit 20. Now cost went up to 88 and you want no selling price 100 only. So profit to come hona hi hai na. If the cost increases, you want same profit. On 88 also you want 20 profit. Then increase the selling price. Take your time, ma'am. We have not studied like this, and without this also can we pass? Yeah, you can, but what I'm giving you is beautiful cemented concept you can use in cost sheet, you can use in marginal costing. Shall I repeat? Yeah. Cost increases. Selling price you want to keep same. Profit will decrease. Cost increases. On increased cost, you want the same percentage of the profit. The selling price will also increase. Yeah. Next is economic batch quantity under root 2 ds by c. D is annual demand, s is setup cost, carrying cost per unit per annum. At EBQ, setup cost is equal to carrying cost and lowest. Huh? Your D, number of annual demand, divided by EBQ. This will give you what? Number of batches. जैसे वहाँ number of orders था. Multiplied by S, setup cost. And what is carrying cost? EBQ. You're always manufacturing these many units. Divide by 2. Average into C. Okay? See, this is a beautiful way of writing all the booster notes together. हाँ, equivalent process costing के लिए तो ये सब लिखा है मैंने. Yeah, I didn't scroll back of the compiler to is all past exam questions from December 21 for the CA attempt and the CA attempt. So definitely if you wish to go for the practice batch or if you wish to go for the compiler 1 and 2, you can order in the app, right? Thank you so much once again for Dhanadhan increasing the subscription. And like this, it's not pre-recorded. It's going to be live tomorrow for one of the most important topic after material. Material to never it skips question number 1. But integrated mein na, they'll ask reconciliation, they'll ask journal entry. See, sometimes operating process standard, they may ask, they may not ask. Anything in operate. These are types of costing. But cost integrated accounts, they will ask. The more you comment in the live chat or by watching the recording below, it will help us to know you better. And thank you so much for subscribing, for hitting the notification button. And now promise me at least share it with 5 of your friends and ask them to attend live tomorrow. Live mein the focus level is different. Okay. Thank you so much. Any doubts are there, you can ask on 9290065156. Don't try to call on this number. Staff is there. They keep sending messages. If not, sometimes I also put a voice note, but no one is going to answer your call. Just put all your queries in the WhatsApp number and me or my team will surely clear all your doubts. Blessings and wishes. The purpose of one shot revision video, repetition. And then orally abhi to tick karke kiya, this will not help. You have to practice this in writing with practice batch. Thank you so much for the wonderful trust. See you all tomorrow at 7. Some of you, I thought there was a power cut while we were checking the overhead paper correction I was doing in the app today, jo test series likh rahe hain. So 15 minutes we are delayed, but those who have got one-to-one link, join in. One-to-one mentoring will start for you immediately after this. Thank you. Bye all of you.